Alright, today we're going to take a look at Chapter 5, Procedural and NURBS Surface Modeling. I'm going to look at the constructive solid geometry concepts, create procedural surface models, understand the difference between the spline fit and the spline CV. Going to use the extrude, planar, and network commands to create surfaces, and going to understand the use of 3D NURBS surface editing commands. Okay, besides the classical faceted surface modeling techniques, that's what we did the last time. Okay, there are also two other methods. One is called procedural surfaces and one is called NURBS. Okay, these surfaces are used to create surfaces like 3D surfaces that are smooth, like a car body, ship body, computer mouse, cell phone case. NURBS are non-uniform relational B-splines, or mathematical representations of 3D geometry. Okay, we're going to create them by using control points. So we're going to start off using procedural surfaces first. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to look at this particular object right here. Okay, and we're going to start off, we're going to draw this back surface here. We're going to extrude it this way. We're going to draw the bottom surface, we're going to extrude it up. We're going to create a planar surface on top of it. We're going to then subtract or trim away the hole and this cutout here. And then we're going to union this side and this side together. Alright, so you want to go into a new 3D drawing, okay, or our template for 3D drawing. Okay, I want to make sure that I am on layer construction and that it's turned on, so I need to turn it on first. Now go to construction, and I also want to go to southeast isometric. Okay, now I'm going to draw that back surface. Okay, well, right now we're looking at the world coordinate system, so I want to change that, and I'm going to be looking at the right side view. Okay, now you see the way that the UCS is changed. Okay, so I'm going to start drawing my lines. I'm going to start here and I'll start a line. Okay, they start at 0, 0. I'm just going to start here. I'm going to put my F8 on. Okay, and I'm going to go over 3 inches. I'm going to go up 2.5 inches. I'm going to go straight across this way 2 inches. I'm going to hit enter. Draw a line straight up, and that is going to be 1.5 inches. And then I'm going to connect the dots right here. Okay, so I have this basic shape right here, which is the back part of that L-shaped. Okay, I'm now going to go into my object layer. Okay, I just want to use this for a reference, okay, for construction. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to extrude. I'm going to pick everything. Okay, now yours may be on realistic. Okay, it doesn't matter right now. I'll show you what the other ones look like in a minute. Now I want to know how far you want to extrude it. Now notice though, it's making a shell. It's not making a solid object yet. Okay, and that distance is 0.75. Okay, if you are on 3D wireframe, should look like that, and go to 3D wireframe by clicking up here and clicking 3D wireframe. Alright, I want to go back to construction, and I'm going to create that bottom surface. I'm going to click from here. Okay, now what I got to do first though is I need to go into my top or world coordinate system, and I'm going to draw a line, okay, from this endpoint straight across here, and that is going to be 4.5 inches. I'm going to go this way, and that is going to be 0.5. I'm going to go this way, and that is going to be 1.5. I'm going to go this way, and that is going to be 2. Okay, I need to come back even with that, so I want to make sure that my object snapping is on. And I'm going to say go to the endpoint here and draw it to there. I'm going to go this way, 0.5. Then I'm going to go back to this endpoint right here. Okay, so now I have the bottom part. Now I'm going to put that hole in there. So I'm going to go circle, center, and diameter. I'm going to right click, I'm going to go to from. I'm going to pick this surface right here. And from there, I'm going to type in at. Let's see, in the X direction, this will be negative 2.67, comma. And I'm going in the positive Y direction, 1.5. There's the center of my hole. That hole is 0.75. Now we're going to go up and we're going to extrude what we just drew. Okay, now there is an extrude here on the home button. I found that you need to go to surface here and pick the extrude here, or it doesn't quite work right. I don't know why, but do that. So I'm going to go to extrude and I'm going to pick all these that we just did. Okay. Alright, there's our extrude. I'm going to pick a spot anywhere. Whoops, that was wrong. I'm going to undo that. I'm going to go to extrude again. I'm going to go to there, and I'm going to go up 0.75. Okay, so now we have those there. Okay, if I go into my realistic or my hidden, you'll see that I just have these thin surfaces. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to put a surface on the top now. Okay, I'm going to go back to hidden for this because it'll make it a little easier. Now I also didn't put those on the right layer, so I want to go here, 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 and here, and I want to change those to object. Okay, now I want to go and I want to be on construction for this one, and now I'm going to go to planar. So I'm going to go to surface and then planar. Planar is going to allow us to make like a rectangle. So we're going to make a rectangle from this endpoint here. Okay, you can see where it's stretching across to that endpoint there. Okay, and I'm going to pick endpoint. Okay, now if I do a hidden, okay, you'll see that I have a place on there. So I'm going to go to 2D wireframe. Now what we have to do is we have to trim this top part off where this cutout is and where the hole is. Okay, to do that I need trim. Now again, we need the trim that's here under surface, not the trim on our home. It won't work quite right on there. At least I can't make it work. So I'm going to pick trim. Okay, and the first thing I want to know what we want to trim. We want to trim this top surface here. I'm going to hit enter. I want to know what we want to trim to. I'm going to trim this face, that face, and this side face here, that one there. Okay, and our hole. Okay, alright, I hit enter, and I want to know what part we want to go away. We want this line here, or this part here. Sometimes it's hard to catch right there. And we need also inside this hole. Okay, so now I'm going to hit escape, and if I go to hidden, okay, now you see that now I've got a solid-like object here. Okay, I still do have an open here. Okay, so again, I need to go to planar, and I'm going to go from this endpoint. Whoops, I need to change my UCS to right. Okay, and I'm going to go to surface, planar again. I'm going to go from this endpoint, okay, to this endpoint up here. Okay, now again I have to trim this away here. Okay, so I'm going to go to trim. Okay, I want to trim this surface. I want to trim at this surface, and I want this to go away. Okay, alright, now we also need to do the bottom. Okay, if we want a complete area, I'm going to try it here. Okay, I'm going to put back on the 2D wireframe. Hopefully, actually I'm going to put it on hidden for now, and I'm going to make my planar there. Okay, I'm going to go to here, and I need to be on that correct UCS. So I'm going to go up here to 3 points. I'm going to make this my X and Y. Okay, Alright, so now that should work, and I go to View, whoops, go to Surface, Planar, pick this endpoint, that's correct, and this endpoint. Alright, I'm going to put back on my 2D wireframe. Okay, I need to trim this bottom surface. Okay, at this surface, this surface, this surface, and the hole. Hit enter. Hopefully I did the right one. Okay. And now I need to trim that away. Now let's see, it should be this one here. That did that, and it should be the part where this hole is, I hope. Let's see, it looks like this one here. Kind of hard to pick this. I don't think that did it right. Went ahead and no, it didn't, so I'm going to undo that. This is a little tricky. Let's undo that, and let's undo that. Alright, let's see if we can do this in the hidden view. So I'm going to go to trim. I'm going to trim this surface here. Okay, I'm going to trim it to. Now I'm going to swing around this way, and I'm going to trim it to this one, the hole, then over here. Okay, I'm going to swing it up around this way again. Okay, and I'm going to hit enter, and I want this one to go away here. That worked, and I want this to go away here, and it looks like that worked. Okay, so now we've got that taken care of. Okay, again, if I go to maybe realistic, okay, you'll see that I've got the realistic part here now. The problem is, again, I didn't change my layer, so I need to change this one, and this one, and I need to change that to the to the object layer. Object here. Okay, let's go back to our southeast isometric view. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to union these two together so this is one part on both sides. Okay, so I'm going to go to Surface, and I'm going to go to Union. Okay, and actually I can go here to Home, and I can pick this union here, union that one and that one. I'm going to hit enter. Now it's going to tell me your attempt union operating surface do not recommend, but we're going to do it anyway. So you'll see that part becomes there. Again, I'll change that layer again to object. Okay, now let's remember and put our object layer back on. I need to go and do this side as well, I believe. So union this one and this one. And I will continue that. Now let's go to our southeast isometric view. Okay, and again, if we do either hidden, or let's take and let's turn off our construction layer. Okay, I'm going to put our UCS back in the world just so that it looks right. Okay, and under hidden, okay, looks pretty good. Alright, now what I can do is I'll go to my layout view. Okay, I'll go to layout, rectangular, I'll cut it out there. Okay, again, my scale isn't quite right, so let's see, it says it's 1.4. I'll make it 1:1, and then I'll go up a little bit. Let's take off our grid, go back to paper space, click on the viewport, right click, and lock the displays. Okay, so there is my solid-like view. Okay, that's the end of this portion of chapter 5. The next video is going to be on NURBS. Alright.